Be so fucking for real right now.
That's fucking wild, bro.
Shut the fuck up.
Welcome into Truly Chaotic. I am your host, Phil. Hello. What is this episode 23?
Co-host. First of all, co-host, bitch.
I'm the fucking, I'm the boss. I'm the lead of this podcast.
No, you're not.
And
Absolutely not.
to my left, we have one of the, whatever she is. And to my right, we have another one. This is episode 23.
That was really good.
Episode
I thought
23.
It was 24.
Episode 23.
23.
Yeah, see, the thing is, we're so inconsistent with our podcasting these past little while. I'd say, like, we were pretty good for the first, like, 13, 14 episodes. And then now, like, the last 10, we've been slacking. I will say, last week was on me. I was in Jersey. I was super busy leading up to Jersey. So, I struggled to record. And, yeah, that's on me.
We know you struggle, Phil.
Thank you.
So really quick though, I have a little exclamation point in the corner of my frame, and I covered it. It says, your camera is a low frame rate. This may be caused by a high system load." So I think I have a high load on my.
What the fuck does that even mean?
It means that your fucking computer's like, make sure that there's no apps in the background that are on right now for you.
Is my camera like normal?
It looks normal.
To me.
You still look
okay.
terrible no matter what, so it's fine.
Perfect.
Kelsey has not froze yet. So Kelsey, I have to ask.
I told you it was in, but I don't think that it. I don't think that it's because I used it all day today with work and it's been the same.
It's probably out of date. I mean, you got it 3 years ago?
Yeah, you got the fucking. There's like 4 or 5 versions that are newer.
I just feel like it's not doing anything, but I guess we'll see today.
1, okay, you need to show me where it's located. 2, you need to.
It's right over here. It's like right on.
That's cool, but you need to see what's around it, what's in front of it, what's underneath it, all that shit.
What the fuck would that matter?
Because there's stuff that interfere with a signal. Hello?
First of all, the signal's coming from upstairs is the problem.
Hi, guys.
The Wi-Fi extender extends, but if it's not properly hooked up, it will not, it's useless. Hello?
Anyways, how was everyone's week?
I was good. I went to Jersey this weekend. Went to see my best friend. Brought my mom with me, and
I didn't know your mom was going with you. I had no idea.
Yeah, he literally didn't tell us. And then the friend's mom as well.
Yeah, it was like a father. I mean, it was like a mother-son trip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so his mom is there visiting already, and I brought my mom to visit as well.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, I had somebody to drive with me, so it was fine. How was everybody's week?
You drove? You didn't fly?
Yeah, I didn't fly. It was like $750 for a flight. It's nuts.
Oh wow.
I'm not paying $750 for a flight.
Those fucking crazy. Do they have the tariffs on the flights? That's why.
No, it's because over here was a long weekend.
Fucking tariffs on flights, dummy.
Okay, my bad. No, they this weekend was a long weekend for us. It was Victoria Day.
Who's Victoria?
Queen Victoria or some
Victoria.
shit. It's like Queen Victoria.
Oh.
It's like Queen Victoria Day. I don't know, bro. Like, whatever. We had a day off, so that's probably why it was more expensive. You guys have a long weekend coming up, no?
This weekend.
What is it, Memorial Day?
Yeah, we're getting a nor'easter on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So.
What's a nor'easter?
It's like a huge. You know how like the South has like hurricanes.
Yeah.
It's like that, but for the Northeast.
What?
Fuck.
I've never heard
That's
of
happening right now?
Never heard of a nor'easter?
I thought
Are you
it was
guys
a
well?
fucking parade.
Sounds like a fucking crepe or something.
Wait, what? No way you guys have not heard what a nor'easter is.
Bro,
I've
she's from
never
down
heard.
south
That's
and
so
dates her
crazy.
dated her cousins growing up. And I'm not from
I
fucking
literally
North.
First of all, that's a
am
wild
on the East
accusation.
Coast, and I only ever dated one of my cousins.
Amanda, shut the fuck up.
The other one we just hooked up a few times. Never dated.
I really hate that so much. It said, okay, the definition of a nor'easter is a storm typically along the east coast of North America characterized by strong northeast winds.
You explain this.
They can occur at any time of year, but most frequent intense between September and April. Like it's our hurricane season, essentially.
Yes, you explain
I've
this, but it
never
still doesn't
fucking
mean that
did.
we've heard of it because you're explaining it.
Yeah.
I was explaining the definition for people who didn't know, because apparently I thought everyone knew what that was, and you guys didn't.
No, I have no idea. So is that happening right now? Where you like right now, or it's about
It's
to?
starting tomorrow.
Oh,
It's starting tomorrow.
Dude, we have so much fucking rain here the last day and a
Yeah,
half.
same.
We're getting like 3 inches of rain or something tomorrow with winds and like disgustingness. It's
3
like,
inches.
it's also,
3 inches is a lot, right?
No.
Oh, okay, my bad.
When it comes to rain, yes, because most likely I'm like having PTSD. I feel like my room's gonna flood again, and I'm like having PTSD
Oh,
and
yeah,
can't even think
fuck.
about it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna pray that doesn't happen. But
Amanda,
it's also
how's-
50 degrees here.
Yeah, it's kind of chilly here too.
Yeah.
Same.
Amanda, how was your weekend?
It was good. Junior's birthday was on Sunday, so we
It's my
did.
guy.
He didn't want to do a party. He wanted to do like a family day of like him deciding all the plans. So that's what we did.
Oh my god, that's so
Um,
cute. I love that.
Yeah.
He's a G,
And-
bro.
I got him his first cell phone,
Ooh.
like a real legit. It's like an iPhone 16. Only
okay.
because I
Guy's
got it
a
for
better
free.
phone than me.
I had
Literally
they,
same.
they sent me this offer, and it's like such a good offer. I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
And so he put the neighborhood kids, like all their numbers in his phone, and they're outside playing, whatever. Well, then on Monday, you good, bro?
What is happening? Wait.
Bro, I just stubbed the fuck
Wait.
out of my toe, dude. I went to go get up.
Wait.
Bro, I went to go get up. And
Yo.
like my foot slipped and I smashed my foot into the fucking desk.
Stop. Literally stop. I just glued my eyelash on. Please. Look at him
Bro.
limping. Look at him limping away.
Bro.
Wait,
He's got
stop.
another concussion.
Please. The way he muted.
No.
The way he, wait.
Yeah, I had to scream
For
fuck.
For those of you who weren't watching and just listening, he muted, and you could so clearly see him scream at the top of his lungs.
Fuck, bro.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
I'm sorry, Amanda. I'm sorry
Anyways,
for interrupting.
okay. So
Fuck.
okay, so you got him an iPhone 16, and he put in all the numbers for from the neighborhood friends.
And
I
so
know where this
on-
is going.
And so on Monday, I said, "Oh, let me see your phone." Just kind of looking at it, whatever. And I see on his text messages, there's 3 threads: wife, ex, and girlfriend. And I click on them on each thread because I'm like, what the hell is this? And the one is like a girl from the neighborhood, and she's like, oh my gosh, I have the biggest crush on you. Don't tell anyone, you know, all this stuff. And he's like, doesn't reply. Then he does like heart eye emojis. I'm like, what the fuck? And I start like getting heated. I go to the next one. It's, oh my gosh, I love you. Like, you're so cute. And he's like, heart eye emojis. Then the other one, same thing. Like, oh, you like me more than the other girls, don't you? And he's like, yeah. Like, all this
not
stuff.
not her being aware of the other bitches. Hello.
Well, and then the one girl goes, stop texting the other girls right now. They're irritating me. It's like, what is happening? My son is 7. And I called him down. I was like, you're punished. He's like, why? I was like, what is this? And he's like, they put their names in. I don't know. Like, whatever. I was like, just
My
go to your
God.
room. And so I figure it out. Yeah, I didn't know what to do.
That is wild. 7 years old. He's already got a line at the door.
7 years old and he has a
Yeah.
bigger roster than I do. It's fucking crazy, dude. Where did I go
Yeah.
wrong?
Well, he
That
was
is
on
crazy.
punishment.
He was
I
on
can't-
punishment.
You can't punish him.
Yes, she can. She's
Bro,
his
how
mother.
are
What
you
are you
gonna
talking about?
how can you punish him? He's 7
Listen,
years old.
listen, because she takes the approach of um not saying boys will be boys, but like training her. She's like raising her child to respect women and not talk to three of them at
Exactly.
the same time.
Yeah.
Instead of saying
Exactly.
boys will be boys, he's a G, like you say. Be so for
Exactly.
real.
And I told him too, I said, you're 7 years old. It's okay to have friends. I said, but you don't need to have inappropriate relationships with girls. You're only 7. And mind you, these girls are older than him. They're all,
Yeah,
so
that's yeah.
yeah, he just turned 7, and these girls are 8, 9, and 10. There's 3 of them. And he's the only boy in the neighborhood, mind you. So
He's got the cougars after him. That's crazy.
yeah, so
I
and look,
can't.
I was talking to my sister on Monday, and she was coming over to give him his birthday present. She goes, "Oh, I haven't got it yet. Like, I'm gonna pick it up at Walmart. What should I get him?" I said, "I don't fucking know. At this point, a pack of fucking Durex condoms. What? I don't know."
Yeah, good idea. Good idea. You never know, like might
You
start
never
young.
know it's crazy. He's literally 7.
You might
Phil.
start young, bro.
That was a fucking joke, bro. Relax.
Nah,
But
dude, cuz I remember when I was like when I was in like high school and like I would hear
he's
stories.
in first grade.
Let me
first grade,
speak,
bro.
Hold on. So in grade 7 and 8, like what were you guys doing?
I was afraid of boys in grade 7 and 8.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So when I was in high
I was like
that's what I'm saying.
I was like
I was in high school.
I'm gonna marry Zac Efron from High School Musical.
Exactly.
That's what
So
I was
like we
doing
were
in
innocent.
7th,
We
8th
were all
grade.
innocent like grade 6 to 8 or 6th grade
Yeah.
to 8th grade, however you guys say it. And like I remember like now I'm hearing about these fucking kids like girls are getting fucking finger blasted in like grade 7, bro.
Ew.
That's disgusting.
That's
Actually,
what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna lie. There were girls in my
Like
grade
the one or
that
two, and
were-
everybody used to call them whores and
Mom,
shit,
One or
right?
two.
There was
Yeah.
there was a little bit more than 1 or 2 in my grade, but everyone was like, oh my god, she's such a slut.
That's what I'm saying.
There
Now
was
it's like
this
normal.
This one girl, she was dating this boy since like 5th grade or whatever. And I remember in 7th grade, he fingered her, and she like popped her cherry or something, and everyone was like talking about her and making fun of her.
That's
and like it was with
crazy,
her
man.
boyfriend that they had been together for. I mean, she was still super young, but like
Her boyfriend's a piece of shit. He obviously told
Yeah.
friends.
yeah, he was probably like 12.
He's like,
How old are you
yo, I
in
popped her
7th grade?
cherry, bro.
Yeah, like
Ugh, bro,
So
I
gross.
can't, please. Because you
Yeah.
know Phil was one of them. Like
I
you
was
know
not.
he was.
I was not.
First of all, he fucking a girl wouldn't let him touch her for fucking at least till college. Let's be real.
That is crazy.
Amanda's gaslighting me to blow up my spot, but I'm not biting. I'm not fucking biting on that, bro. Fuck you.
She's like baiting you. Oh wow, that is crazy though. I cannot believe that.
Yeah.
That made me think of like, so growing up, like talking about like the 6th, 7th, 8th grade, like growing up, like, do you guys have any like core moments in your life that you like remember and like will stay with you forever?
Yes.
I do, and it's so embarrassing.
Mine were like. Sorry, go ahead, Amanda. You go first.
So mine is like I don't care now, but like at the time I wanted to like just crawl in a hole and like never come out. Is one time in honestly I can't remember. I think it was 8th grade or 7th, and it was the last day of school, and I wore this shirt. It was my friend's shirt. It was like really low cut, and I'm small chested anyway. Mind you, back then I was completely flat.
Mm-hmm.
And it was super low cut. My friend kind of had like cleavage to fill it out, and I didn't. And so on the last day of school, like I was wearing this shirt, like did my makeup all good. I like stuffed my bra because I was like, I want to have a little cleavage, like for the
You
last
were one of
year of
those.
school.
You were one of those, bro.
And
Oh,
so
no,
listen, so I was like,
Oh no.
the 8th period, like whatever, it's like free period. We're just hanging out, and I asked to use the bathroom, and like I feel like people were looking at me. I don't know. And I asked to use the bathroom, And I go to the bathroom and I look in the mirror and there's like, you could see like tissues coming out of my shirt.
Amanda, I would never
And
recover from that.
I never went back to that school because I ended up moving. But I saw the same kids.
That was your saving grace that you moved a lot as a child, I guess.
I saw I went to the high school with like some of the same kids, but like by then I think it had been like 3 years, 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But
it was like no one remembered.
Oh my God. And when I like saw that and I was like, oh my God, I have to go back in there. Like, you know, I have to finish out my day. Like, oh my God, I was so mortified. And I just knew like everyone was talking about it.
I'm sure they were. You were definitely the talk of the school at that point.
Yeah, but it was like
it was the last day. So that was also good for you too.
Yeah,
because...
and back then too, there wasn't like much like texting. Like we didn't have like those.
Yeah, you don't have. No one's sending.
Social media wasn't as big. Yeah,
right.
And so like, oh my God! But I was so mortified. That will live with me forever.
It's hilarious. Is Phil alive? Like, what's going on?
I'm listening. I'm waiting.
You're zoning out.
Amanda told her story. Now I'm waiting for you to tell your story.
You were just zoning out.
I did. I zoned the fuck out real bad just now.
Yeah,
I think I had an acid had an acid flashback just now, bro.
I'm like, you look like, I was like, did he actually break his toe or something? And he's just like sitting there in pain. Like, what's going on? I feel like that's what's going on.
I just had an acid flashback. Toe's fucking hanging by a thread right now.
Ew.
It's just looking like this. Just I'm bleeding out. I've lost so much blood.
My core memories from like growing up were like I still am, as you guys have noticed by my 30th birthday party. I was a huge birthday party girl. Like my mom and dad threw me a birthday party every single year growing up. And I remember I think it was 8th grade. Like I was trying to be cool. Like I was like trying to be like noticed and cool. My mom rented a limo. I don't know if I've told this story on here before. Maybe I have. She rented a Hummer limo, or like a huge long SUV limo that picked us up from school. There were like 12 of us. And picked us up from school in the limo, pulled up like right in front of the school, middle school. Like it's so cringe to think about. Took us to the fucking Cheesecake Factory. And then we had dinner at the Cheesecake Factory, and then every single 12 of us slept over my house, and we did like ugly makeovers. There's still pictures on there was pictures on my MySpace of like us having like disgusting makeovers and doing like pictures with our digital cameras and shit. Honestly,
wow, that
wow.
sounds like an awesome time, and I'm sure everyone was talking about it. Like,
oh, the limo. I was like, I want everyone to be talking about it.
Ew,
I had a huge Sweet 16 too.
Oh, that wasn't even your Sweet 16?
No, that was 8th grade.
Bro, you're such an only child. You're such an only child.
I know, bro.
I know. I am. My Sweet 16 arguably could have been on like that show, My Super Sweet 16, but I wasn't that spoiled. And I didn't get a car, unfortunately. So no. But I did have like a huge hall, and there was like hundreds of people at my Sweet 16. It was under the sea themed. I hate myself. I can't. There was a dress code. There was literally a dress code where everyone had to wear I wore purple, and everyone had to wear black, blue, or green. And it was all like under the sea themed. Like my cake had like dolphins and like bubbles and shit on it. And like my invitations were message in a bottle, so like they had sand and had like almost got in trouble at school because everyone was getting the invitation out of the message out of the bottle, and there was sand all over the school because you had to tip it out. It was like a whole thing. It was a whole thing. But birthdays were probably part of my core memories for sure.
I definitely have a few. One that I really remember was I was a big wrestling guy. What, Amanda? Why are you laughing?
So was I. I was a big wrestling girl.
Okay, who's your favorite wrestler growing up?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. We already went over this.
Gone over this.
Hello. Can I get a hell yeah?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay, so
the Texas rattlesnake. Hello.
Okay, I might have ADD today. I need to take an Adderall or
I don't
something.
know what's going on because you're really starting to piss me off looking around and zoning out the way you are today.
Okay, so I was probably like 12 years old, and I really wanted to go like wrestling, like WWF at the time. It was WWE or WWF, whatever. They were in town, and I really wanted to go. And like, my mom's like, "No, we can't. We're not going." Blah blah blah. So my mom, my best friend and his mom, the one that you guys saw on IG, and like my cousins and my aunts and stuff, they all decided to go to Lakeshore, which is not far from, it's like the waterfront, which is not far from where the venue was. So then I'm not really thinking anything of it. They're just like, whatever, we're walking around, and we ended up going to the venue that it was at, and my mom was like, "Oh, let's just walk around it." And in my head I'm like, "Yo, you're just being a petty ass. Like, you're rubbing it in my face that I'm not going."
Okay, you didn't realize that she was like she got you
I
tickets.
didn't. I genuinely didn't.
Oh my god.
So whatever, we're walking around. Shut the fuck up. I was fucking like 12. So
No sense of common sense whatsoever.
All right.
She said.
Okay.
Okay.
Go fucking
Anyways.
and have another fucking Sweet 16 fucking quinceañera fucking bullshit.
Mine was fun. It was great.
Yeah, so all of a sudden, like, I just I look behind, and my aunt's like, Phil, your mom, like, mom's sick. I'm like, what? And like, I turn around, and my mom's like pretending to throw up, and she's throwing up, but as she's throwing up, she pulls out all the tickets.
Throwing up the
Oh
tickets.
Yeah.
my god.
So I'm like, no. So then like we all went to go watch the wrestling, and we ended up watching the fights and all that.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold, I don't think was there that time, which kind of pisses me off.
That's
But no,
sick,
it was
though.
a good event. It was sick. That's like definitely one of like my memories that like growing up, like that will stick with me forever. That probably my first hockey game with my dad.
The sports game, I totally like seeing Fenway Park for the first time with my dad as a kid was like that's core.
Yeah.
That's
now
core
you guys
memory, like-
having like all these great things. and
Amanda's
mine's, like,
stuffing her
fucking
bra.
sad.
So you were the bra stuffer in elementary school.
Well, no, because I didn't I just left that school, so I just no longer went there. People forgot about
Okay,
it.
so you were the
She
one
could
that
have
like
been,
no
but-
one really knows in elementary school because you moved so much, essentially.
I didn't move so much. I just moved that time.
I just
Okay.
didn't go back to that school.
Yeah. But I also went
So,
to a
you- the legend says they're still talking about Amanda to this day. She just doesn't know because she never went back.
written on the locker somewhere.
It's like
One kid actually used that specific paper roll, wet it, and threw it to the ceiling, and that is still on the fucking ceiling.
Amanda's tissues.
Amanda's titty tissue.
No, I actually went to a WrestleMania concert, or not a concert, but
Not
thing
called a
as well.
concert.
I know, but I went to one as well. I had
Could be. Isn't it all fake?
It's entertainment.
yeah, but I had like a paper signed with some of the wrestlers, but like they were just nobodies. Really, I did
I don't
go
understand.
to. It's like theater, honestly, but I don't know.
Yeah, like it's like a show, right? Like they already know who's gonna win
Yeah.
going into it.
Yeah, but
Like,
they
it's
like
a reality show.
they get beatings, like they get hurt.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yes. A couple guys like Mankind's missing like a quarter of his ear because of all the shit that he used to do.
Yeah, but isn't
No,
it just
well,
like
Steve Austin also like his
Yeah,
knees.
Steve
got
Austin has
really
like
messed
literally the
up.
knees of a 98-year-old.
Yeah.
The guy had a full fucking
I mean,
RoboCop
could-
fucking knee
could-
brace.
He could still Stone Cold Steve Stunner somehow, but you know,
Yeah.
there's that. I did. My grandma took me to a Charlie Daniels concert once, but that's
Who's
wasn't
that?
really the core. He was like a really famous country music artist,
what?
and he played
How famous? Wait, how famous? Because I've literally
Like,
never heard of him before in my life.
arguably like one of the most famous.
Wait, really?
Yeah, but like for
Like-
old, he was like old.
Older
at the time.
generation.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, when I went, I think I was like 12, and he was old. Like he was like
Okay.
60. So like,
He's
I
like
think he might be
fucking
dead. I don't know.
Willie Nelson type shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
but like he played a fiddle. That's like what he was famous for. And I just remember he was like
Not
playing the
the
fiddle.
fucking
He
Amanda
was
going
like,
to see a fiddler. Like
he,
what?
he
Fiddler.
was he was breaking like the strings on the bow, and he was like throwing him out into the crowd, and we were like seated, I think like in the 5th row, and I was like,
She wanted the fiddle. She wanted the fiddle string. That is crazy work.
Yeah.
That's wild. Do you guys have any like what's something like really nostalgic for you from like growing up? Cuz like for me, my main thing was going to Blockbuster and like renting a movie on a
Yeah.
Friday night and getting snacks with my dad. And like
Yeah.
some of the toys like
Her
that I
Wi-Fi
used to play with
extender
growing up,
sucks.
like the Brat Stalls, the Easy Bake Oven.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it's okay. So we figured that out, I guess. Oh, wait, is it still bad?
No,
It
you're
says
fine. You're
it's
fine. You're
good
fine.
right
You're fine.
now.
You're fine. You're fine. You're
You're
fine. You're
good
fine.
now.
Okay. Um, but like anything nostalgic for you guys?
I did the same thing Friday nights, but for me it was I got to rent one game from Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Like for my like PlayStation or Nintendo 64,
Yeah.
whatever I had at that time. So there was that, and then what else is nostalgic? I used to yeah, that's it for nostalgia for the most part. I feel
No,
like
I just had a memory come back to me really quick.
what?
I got this Barbie camcorder for Christmas one year. And it was literally like Barbie. It looked like it was plastic, but it actually like recorded. Like you could put in VHS tapes and record
Mm-hmm.
like on your like little Barbie camcorder. My friends used to come over and we used to literally like script out and film horror movies in my house when they slept over.
What the
And like
fuck?
I like downloaded I downloaded all this like scary movie like Halloween soundtrack shit onto my iPod, and it would play in the background. We would have like scary music playing in the background. We'd be filming on like chasing each other with literal like knives from the kitchen around the house, like filming these horror movies. And I would pay money to get those VHS tapes back, but I don't know. They're probably gone now. They're probably thrown away.
So that is so funny because me and my 2 best friends, my friend, she had a camcorder, and we would do the exact same thing as well. Like literally.
So it wasn't an
Yeah.
individual experience
Yeah,
then.
we
Like,
would do like the exact, and we would watch it back. Like, oh my god, this is so
oh,
good.
yeah, literally. We'd be
So
like,
fucking
wow.
good.
We'd be like
But
screaming at like bloody murder. It's like midnight. My parents are sleeping. We're like in the basement screaming bloody murder, like pretending to die. What?
we did like funny skits too, like how like SNL did like the little
Yes,
skits. We would do that
yes,
too. Like, oh my
yes.
gosh.
We would pretend to be like news anchors and shit.
Yeah.
And like,
Like the weather woman.
oh my god,
What
literally.
the fuck?
It's so funny.
Wow, girls are so different than guys. Like Phil definitely has never heard of any type of experience like that. I feel
That's kind of rude.
like yeah, but like you guys didn't do that growing up. You guys probably just like
Yeah.
rented, like you guys were
Played
video gaming and
outside or
shit.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
played outside. We played ball hockey and all that stuff outside, and like soccer and football. But one of my
Like
things,
we were full on. Sorry, go for it.
one of my things, and then we can also talk about. We can transition into like imaginary friends. But I used to have this like whole thing. Like I used to play ball hockey on my driveway, and I used to pretend that I was like a professional hockey player, and I used to do like a play-by-play in my head. So I guess that's like kind of like a fucking imaginary friend. But I used to remember like, and I used to pretend that I used to play for the Mighty Ducks, like part of the movie. I was part of the cast. I was part of the cast. So yeah, and I used to do the play-by-play to my head. Like I still remember like Phil over to Conway scores, like shit like that. I used to do all that type of shit in my head.
No, you
Wait,
said it out
was-
loud, dude.
No,
You
I
said
didn't.
It out
I
loud.
didn't. No, I didn't.
I feel like
And then, but
so
hold on.
I-
There was also. I remember there was also one time, actually a bunch of times. I would pretend that it's like tied game, and like there's like 3 seconds left, and I'm coming down the ice, and I go to score, but I miss, and then I like delay the clock so that I'd come back and score.
Please.
First of all, I had a basketball hoop growing up, and I would do the same thing, but with basketball.
I did that with my basketball
And
too.
and like if I would miss, I'd be like,
Kobe.
Oh, you know, like
You're like announcing it in you guys' heads.
Yeah.
no.
We were
Well,
very
sometimes I
different.
would say it out loud.
Man
We were
is out
very
here
different.
fucking just fucking. He's got the ball. He's taking it to the hoop. Slam dunk, motherfucker.
I'm like nothing but net. Swoosh.
Oh my
Fuck.
god. I did something similar, but like not with sports, and it's kind of embarrassing.
What'd you do?
But I used to have a karaoke machine, so it came with like a microphone, and I used to like
That's what karaoke
play
machines
music
do, yeah.
and like yeah, but it was a detachable microphone. Like I didn't.
It was
always
one of the
use
better
karaoke
ones. Yeah,
machine.
it was one of the better
Yeah,
ones.
but I would pretend that I was like fucking Britney Spears on tour with a fucking microphone, singing and
See
doing
what I mean?
choreography
Like we all
in my
had
room.
imagination. And
But I never
now-
had like an imaginary friend. Like I didn't have a specific person.
I didn't either. I had two sisters. That was enough for me. I imagined that they didn't exist back then.
So I didn't have an imaginary friend, but I had this like stuffed animal that used to talk, and it was like, you know, Franklin. You guys remember the turtle
like,
Franklin?
Like,
the turtle.
like-
yeah.
So
would he really talk, or would it?
no, he would. No, he had like he had so both. So he would talk by pressing his hand. He would like say like fucking the dumbest shit. Like,
Hi, I'm Franklin.
yeah, exactly. You're my best friend. Like shit like that.
God, not Phil's mom buying him a friend because he didn't have any. What the fuck?
Wow,
That's disrespectful.
wild.
No, but yeah, so I had him, and I used to abuse that fucking Franklin toy, because I used to.
God, what? This took a
What?
turn I was not
Yeah.
expecting.
So like
I
physically, like I would pretend that I was a wrestler, and I would wrestle Franklin. Yeah,
Well,
I would
that
literally.
sounds a little
Did you-
questionable.
Why?
Did you
That
rape
sounds-
Franklin?
Okay,
like,
whoa,
that
we're
sounds a
not
little,
fucking
like-
going there, dude.
I feel like maybe that
No,
was
like I thought that I was like a professional wrestler, like Stone Cold Steve Austin type shit. I would literally choke slam him from my headboard.
How
and
big
then
was it?
it was small too. That's the problem. It was like probably like that big. I don't know, maybe like it's like 2 feet
Why
tall.
Why
I would
was
literally-
Franklin catching your fucking strays, bro? He's like
That's why
squared up, like elbow dropping on him.
I'd be
He's
playing
like,
video.
"No,
I'd be
I'm
playing.
your best friend."
I'd be playing video games. I lose the game. I grab Franklin and I beat the fuck out of him.
God.
I didn't do that. I'm joking.
Yes, you did. No, I know you
Yeah,
did.
you
There was
Definitely
there was
did.
one time I did it. No,
He's
but
like, there was like
so
one
there was-
time, and then I felt really bad.
so
I
there was
apologize after.
and then the best is like my mom and dad, like they would hear ruckus because like I'm literally choke slamming him and like jumping off my headboard onto my mattress. So my mom and dad would be like, "Hey, what are you doing up there?" I'm just like, "I'm just playing. What do you mean?" And I'm like, meanwhile, I'm fucking doing like fucking swanton bombs off the fucking headboard onto Franklin.
Dude, poor Franklin.
And then I think my mom and
Justice for Franklin.
and I think
Justice for Franklin.
I think my mom and dad started to catch on, so they actually bought me like a Hulk Hogan like stuffed toy that was bigger, and like it would like every time it was on his back, it would actually count like 1, 2, 3. So like they set me up to
Yeah.
start
Yeah,
wrestling even more.
Franklin went to your mom and asked for help.
I still remember Franklin had like a little
Fuck.
Franklin had a cut on his fucking head, and he had fucking all the fluff coming out of his head at one point.
Yeah, no shit. You were beating the fuck out of him.
He deserved it. Don't talk back.
What? That is crazy.
Talk shit, get hit, dog.
Like, I could just picture Phil, like, what'd you say? What'd you say? Pretending Franklin, like, fucking talking shit. He's,
No.
like, just sitting there.
No, please.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I used to beat the fuck out of Franklin, and then
That's crazy.
Hulk Hogan caught these hands too, motherfucker.
Don't ever say that again, please.
Yeah, buddy.
So
Oh.
yeah, buddy. So you guys never had what's it called?
No.
Imaginary friends.
No, I didn't, but listen to this. So
I had real
son-
friends.
Okay, subtle flex.
My son growing up, he was 2, and he started saying, "Oh, Daidu, Daidu," like all this stuff. I was like, "What is that?" Like, He's like, my friend. And like, I looked it up, like the name, because I was like, well, what does he look like? He's like, he's a man with a red face and like all this stuff. And I looked it up and it
No,
said,
this is
I'm returning my son.
and it said it's like a mischievous spirit or something like that. Like
yeah.
the
See,
name.
no, I don't fuck with that shit. I'm sorry. The
And
minute my
so,
kid says something like that, I'm like, we're bringing you to
well,
get like an
it was
exorcism
like,
or some shit.
it was really weird because like we would all be sitting at dinner and he would like, here, Daidu, or like just stuff like really weird stuff.
No,
Yeah, it was super
no.
weird.
No.
He did, and I would never like acknowledge it. I was just like, all right, let's just like say it's not real, like whatever. But he kept saying it, and for about a year, and then we moved from that house, and he never said it again. And I'll ask him about it now, and he doesn't remember.
No, see, that's
Like,
crazy to me.
anything.
That is
But I
fucking
don't know. He's
wild,
like,
dude.
he's my friend.
Dude.
It was super
No,
weird.
because like I'm a
Dude.
strong believer that like kids and animals can see like different
Yeah, they can sense it.
different entities, and like that's crazy. So like
Yeah.
he encountered a ghost in that specific house. It was like that ghost
Yeah.
was tied to the house. I never. Do you guys? I mean, I feel like I know what Amanda's answer is. I feel like
Don't
Kelsey.
be fucking like biased or whatever.
Assume shit. You know what
Yeah.
that does?
Okay, Kelsey, be fucking for real. Do you think Amanda believes in ghosts?
Maybe the Holy Ghost.
Exactly. So, do you guys believe in ghosts? Have we had this conversation?
I do.
I know
think
you
we
do.
talked
You
about it briefly once.
you fucking have you brew cauldrons and shit in your fucking spare time. Yeah, you use that to shove it up your
I have
fucking.
my
You was
crystals.
finger popping, you asshole, with that shit.
No,
No, I don't.
I'm cleansing the
See,
bad
you
spirit.
don't
but
believe in
my
ghosts,
house
which
haunted,
is what I
so
thought. Your house
I
is
do
house
believe
is
haunted.
haunted.
they're demons, and so I think my son freaking
Well, a
encountered
demon
a
could be a
demon.
ghost.
No.
A demon could be
Do you
a
believe
ghost.
in? Do you believe in angels?
Of course she does. She has to.
Yes, but I don't think that they walk or are on the planet.
Walk
So
among
they're
us.
they're in heaven.
Yeah.
So demons are like they get to explore.
Yes.
Okay, so
Oh, I'd be fucking exploring everywhere.
I feel
That's
like
why they say demons know like everything, right? They lie. So when you encounter a ghost and it's like, "Oh, it's me. Your I don't know, your auntie Tina." And they're like, "Well, tell me something." And they tell you it's like actually a demon because demons can know.
But what is it? What do they gain from that?
They're trying
Attaching
to
to your
get you.
spirit.
Yeah.
They're getting what into me?
Yeah.
No, they're trying to attach to your like soul and your entity.
Yeah. Just creepy
So
all around.
have you guys ever encountered? I mean, Amanda, you don't believe in ghosts. So have you guys ever encountered ghosts or think you've encountered a ghost?
Said my house is fucking haunted.
You said that, but you didn't explain anything on the fucking stories.
Oh, so I think the upstairs is haunted by, I want to say, a child, because we've heard small footsteps like running around 3 a.m. upstairs, and I hear everything
A
because I'm
bewitching
downstairs.
hour.
Yeah, so that's like when ghosts come out. But my dad has also heard we've had lights go on and off, like in weird
Faulty plugs.
patterns. We've had the computer like turn on when my dad has shut it off. We've had
Power surge.
my dad has heard. We've heard like listen. You can debunk whatever the fuck you want to debunk, Phil. I don't give a
You
fuck.
asked, and now
You
she's
asked what I've seen.
I'm fucking with her.
We've also heard like laughing, like almost like a child laughing, and like
Schizophrenia.
there's no fucking kids here. I think my
Did you say
room,
schizophrenia? Shut the fuck up.
like he's so irritating.
Stupid.
I'm just like fucking ignoring him. I think downstairs is haunted by something maybe more sinister, because I wake up, I get lucid dreaming, and like I get like sleep paralysis as well. But like there's always times where I'll wake up and be fully aware, and I've seen a man in like a long black cloak with like a black top hat
Bitch.
in the corner of my
Fucking
room.
Ben
To the
Franklin.
point where I will have
Not
to
the
literally
fucking
like
fucking boogeyman in
turn.
Kelsey's
I will
basement.
have to fucking turn the light on to make sure that there's no one there, and it's so real.
The double
And
B,
like
the
I guess
Boston boogeyman.
some people are like, no, that's just your like lucid dreaming, like you're probably just dreaming, all this stuff, but it's always in the same corner and it's always the same guy. Like it's always the same man.
Do you say what up to
So
him?
I'm like,
Like, do
this
you
is
say, yo,
weird.
what's up? Like, you
Oh
gonna.
my
No, I'm
god.
too busy trying not to piss my pants. What the
Oh
fuck?
my gosh. That's
But also Alfie, like
wild. I
Alfie
hate
will
that.
pick up on stuff too. So like Alfie will randomly like wake up at 2 a.m. and just like stare into a corner in my room.
You've sent us snaps of that before.
And I'm like, I'm not fucking with this right now. Like, please don't do that to me. But
Oh my
I remember
gosh.
seeing
cannot.
Alfie. I love when dogs do their woof,
oh yeah, but he does that with everything. So I take that with a grain of salt. But
yeah.
out of nowhere at 2 a.m, I'm always like,
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So
I would lose it.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I've encountered 2 ghosts before. One was a little bit past my grandmother passing away, just after my grandma passed away, not long after.
I think you told us that story before, I want to say.
Probably.
That one. So where with someone called on the phone or something?
No. Yeah, I was
Oh,
sleeping. So every time, in my old house, at my parents' house, every time I would go to bed, I would always make sure my closet is closed. It's just like a habit, and like I was a kid and I was scared of stuff, whatever. Not realizing like me closing the fucking, if there's a fucking human in my closet, like they can just open the closet and kill me still. But me closing my closet gave me comfort. I was protected. So I remember I was sleeping and like I woke up and it was like super bright in my room. So I thought it was just daytime. And then I look over and like the light's coming from my room. So I look and it's coming from like the closet area. So I look into the closet area. By the way, I just want to preface this. I was like 12, so no drugs were encountered at this time. So I look over and there's like this like figure of a woman and she's like covering her face like this and she's just like just not doing anything, just chilling there. And like I was freaking the fuck out and I was trying to call out to my mom and dad, but I couldn't. I couldn't even move. I was just fucking there. And like I was trying to scream, but I couldn't. So I freaked out. I ended up falling back asleep because I was tired. I fell back asleep and then I woke up in the morning and my closet door was open. So yeah,
but you wait, so you just like roll over and went back to sleep after that?
No, I couldn't move and then I eventually fell back asleep because I was exhausted. Like I just couldn't move. Have you guys ever experienced that where you can't fucking move during it?
It's called sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. That's happened to me like
I get these crazy sleep paralysis dreams where I'm like awake but my body is still asleep. So I can't move or scream or do anything.
Yeah.
And there's these huge like tarantula-sized spiders falling from my ceiling. Obviously they're not fucking real, but they look so real and it looks like they're falling onto my bed from my ceiling and I can't move. And it's a recurring
Your
thing that
dream
happens.
catchers are not doing their job.
But it's so crazy because you know the music artist Tate McRae?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've seen interviews where she has the same exact shit happen and I was like, I'm not alone. This is not an individual experience, but it's
I'm not
terrifying.
alone.
And it's like I'm not alone. Someone else is experiencing the tarantulas falling from their fucking ceiling and not being able
Yeah.
to move.
That's so weird.
Sleeping is weird, dude. Like if you really think about it, like sleeping and dreaming
Yeah.
is weird. Do you guys remember your dreams?
I do. I always
I do too.
like I know that I'm dreaming. Like on most of my dreams. I'm like, this is a dream.
I
See, I
And
know. Mine
Yeah.
are so
really
realistic.
weird. I'm like, I have to wake up. Or like I'll say like, oh, this is a dream, I can fly. And then like I'll just be flying
Fucking
around.
What?
Yeah.
Peter Pan
Not you-
over here.
Not
Yeah.
you being
Or-
conscious of dreaming.
Yeah, but it sucks sometimes because it doesn't happen like all the time, but
Mhm.
like sometimes like and if it's like a nightmare, like I'll say like this is just a dream, like wake up. And I'll be trying to wake myself up and I can't and I'm like getting scared. You know what I mean? I'm like freaking the hell out in my dream and I can't wake up.
You guys have like a recurring theme in your dreams where like if you like really have to use the bathroom and like your body's trying to wake you up, you'll dream about a certain thing.
Yeah, I have a dream that all the places I try to go to the bathroom at are clogged, overflowing. Like, and they're just disgusting. And I can't go.
That is crazy. Wait, Phil, do you have something like that happen?
I have a recurring dream, but it's nothing to do with that. It's like and I still to this day, and I told my mom about it recently. Actually, funny that we're having this conversation. Um, I have a dream where in my one specific class in college, I didn't submit my final exam, and I failed the course because of it. Like it happens, and like I crash out to the teacher saying like, "No, I need another day. I'll finish it tomorrow." And like I don't understand because this never happened to me. Like I handed in my fucking
That's
paperwork.
weird.
Yeah, it's just I
Yeah.
don't understand why I have it. Like I at
Was
least
it the teacher that you tormented and made cry?
no, that was in high school.
Oh,
Um,
I was gonna
this
say that could be
actually
traumatizing.
this specific teacher, it was an English class. This specific teacher in college, she pulled me to the side after one of our classes, and she's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, hello? Like, first of all, why are you swearing at me? Are you allowed to do that? Like in my head, I'm like, "What the fuck's going on?" She's like, "Why the fuck are you so fucking lazy?" I'm like, "Huh?" She's like, "This paper right here." She's like, "This is one of the best papers I've ever had a student submit to me in my life." And then she's like, "But I looked back. You fucking didn't hand in your last fucking report." She's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" She's like, "You're one of the best writers that I've had in a very long time, but you're a lazy piece of shit. Why?" And I'm just like,
I
I
didn't
don't
say
know.
lazy piece of shit to you.
Yeah, she was like younger ish, so she like kind of like spoke to us
That's
like that.
crazy.
Yeah, she spoke to us like that, and I was just like,
I
first
would
of
catch
all,
hand. She would catch hands if she called me like a fucking lazy piece of shit to my face. Like, don't. I'm like, who the fuck do you think you
I
are?
was just like,
I'd
I
get
don't
kicked out of
know,
school.
and
But
like
like
now look,
arguably, probably Phil deserved that.
no, 100%, because
Yeah.
like
Wake up
I was,
call.
dude, that was my thing in school. Like, I just didn't give a fuck to do any of the work, and like looking back on
We've
it, I
had
feel
we've
like
we've talked about this, and I'm like, yeah, that seems very accurate for you, like, because you seem smart, and you're just like, you
Hmm.
seem like you would fuck around
yeah. So
and just not care.
I think I'm gonna get tested because I feel like I have ADHD. I feel like I need to take Adderall, and if I could take Adderall, I feel like maybe I can like take over the world or some shit.
Maybe let's start with Canada.
I mean, I don't know. My back to the recurring
Yeah,
dreams though.
my
When
bad. I spiraled.
yeah, you did kind of spiral there. When I
ADHD.
when I have to use the bathroom in my dreams and I'm trying to wake up, my recurring dream is that I'm serving and I'm a waitress and I'm like I'm in the weeds so hard that I can't catch up. And then I'll eventually wake up from that. And like it's like so stressful. Like I'll wake up in like a cold sweat because I'm like I just
Oh
got
my
sat
gosh.
6, 12
I
tops or something and like I can't keep up. And then my dad said he has one where he'll be trying to solve like really simple math and can't do it. Like it's he's like testing
I've
and
gotten that
can't solve two
before.
plus two,
Like I know
and
the
he
answer, but I
can't
can't write
do
it.
it, and
I
that'll wake
can't
him up.
write it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you actually technically are not. I don't know about numbers, but technically, when you're dreaming, you're not able to read. I read somewhere. Like you
I
can't read
can't
in your
read in real
dream.
life anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Well.
my dreams, like the bathroom one is always like I'll be anywhere,
Hmm.
wherever, and I'll go to the bathroom and then it's clogged or like just absolutely disgusting. And I'll look, I'm like, I'm going in the sink, and the sink is the same way. Like I can't get anywhere.
So
But
weird.
but like I do have a dream, a reoccurring dream also of like when I need help or it's like my kids are in danger and I reach for a phone, all of a sudden it'll be like my cell phone, right? But then it'll shrink and it'll be like super tiny and I'm trying to hit 911 and I'll hit 911 and I'll look and it'll say like 786 and I'm like,
Hmm.
no, 911, and like I'm pushing
It's
it, but
like
then it's something else. Like it's not
so frustrating.
911.
Like, why does our brain do that to us? Like,
So
it's so weird.
I have a like a kind of a recurring dream. Now that I'm thinking about it, now that you guys are talking about it, it's like fuck. I don't remember if you guys remember Mario Party, like the original one.
I don't
What?
even know what that is. The first or second.
Mario Party,
Yeah.
You're
the video
saying
game.
Mario?
Yeah,
Oh,
Mario Party.
Why are
Sorry,
Mario?
you saying Mario? Who
I
the
don't know.
fuck is Mario?
Mario
I
Party.
thought it was like married. Like
I
Mario
have no
Party.
idea. I'm like,
couple.
Mario Party.
Mario Party?
Like
Mario
a
Party?
wedding party?
Mario Party? Mario Party? What the fuck is that?
Okay. Anyways, let's get past it. Girl, fucking build a bridge. Get fucking over it.
Okay.
Mario Party. Do you guys remember that video game?
Mm-hmm.
So there was
Sure.
a specific game on that's like called like platform peril or whatever. So you have to like jump to different platforms. And I'm in the fucking video game. And every single time I'm jumping, for some reason on like one of the very last ones, my legs don't work and I don't jump and I fall. And as I'm
Wake you
just
up?
before I hit the ground, I wake up.
Dude, falling dreams are wild.
Yeah.
So,
Scary
like,
as fuck.
I think
Have you guys
Yeah.
ever seen yourself dead in your dream?
you're not supposed to die in your dream.
No.
This is
Sometimes
awkward.
I'll get shot.
You're actually
No,
not.
that's
No,
true.
I've been stabbed. I've been shot.
I've
But,
gone
like-
to my own funeral.
That's
See,
really weird.
that's you
like that
really
shit
should talk to your
happen.
therapist about that because you're not supposed to die in your dreams.
Yeah.
I don't think.
No, I was
I-
dead already. I didn't
remember
die
that
in my dream.
rumor?
I was dead
Like-
already.
Like your brain shouldn't be able to comprehend like what it would
Yeah.
be like if you died.
Why? Did I do too many
I
I
drugs?
think. Well, no, I think
Yeah.
that's different from like seeing your own funeral versus like actually like getting shot and
Dying,
then dying.
physically
No, I
dying,
didn't. I don't
yeah.
think I've
Because
ever
I always
died.
wake up.
Yeah, I've always.
Me too.
Yo, do you guys have this ability to like narrate in the dream? Like, Phil, calm down.
Yes.
Yo,
Oh my
I do that
gosh,
shit, and I
yeah,
thought I
I
was the only
do.
one. It's like, Phil, this is just a dream. You're about to wake up.
No.
Five,
Yeah.
and I count down
No.
5, 4, 3, and then I wake up.
Yeah.
No,
wake
I
up.
can't. First of all, there's no. My dreams are so vivid and so fucking real that like I have no idea that I'm actually dreaming until I wake up. Ever.
That's so
Ever.
crazy. That's crazy. I literally thought I was the only one that has ever done that. So thank you, Amanda, for making me feel comfortable.
I've never been able to do that. I wish some of my dreams have been so scary and crazy that I wish I would have done that.
Yeah, sometimes they get so intense. So then I'm
Yeah.
just like, Phil, this is just a dream. Don't panic.
I will
Yeah,
be
that's exactly
hysterical,
how I do.
like hysterically crying to the point where I'm inconsolable in my dream, and I'm physically hysterically crying in real life too. Like my body's actually crying in real life, but I'm dead asleep, and like I can't wake myself up. Like there's no way. And then by the time I do wake up, I'm like, holy shit, am I
Have
well?
you guys ever
Not
done? Have you ever done the action in your dream, like, and then you wake up doing the action that you were doing in your dream?
I mean, I sleepwalk, so
Oh yeah, you've told
Yes.
us about this.
Oh,
She told us the
oh my
story,
gosh,
remember,
yes,
about the
yes.
guy?
yes.
Yeah.
No, but
Um,
I sleepwalk more than just. Contrary to what it seems, I actually sleepwalk more than just at my one night stand's house. I've done it a lot, like in my house as well, and like I'll sometimes wake up and I'll like literally like just be like in a different part of my room standing, and I'll
Oh
like
my
wake up out of
God.
a sleep, and I'm like, how the
That's
fuck did I get
so
here?
Fucking-
trippy.
I can't. If I
That's
wake up
wild,
and I'm
yeah.
just like, yeah, no.
Oh my gosh.
I forgot what
That's
I was
It's very
scary.
it's very jarring. My mom was always scared because we used to go on cruises when I was a kid. She was always scared that I was gonna like walk out the balcony and just like fall overboard in the middle of the night.
Oh my gosh.
Because it
I
always
hate,
happened in like new
Wild.
places, like new places that I'm not used to sleeping. I would always sleepwalk.
Maybe because
So
you're
she would like
under
put
you're under high stress. Then maybe that's why you
Yeah.
sleepwalk.
yeah,
Oh
or if
my
I'm
gosh.
overtired or whatever. Yeah, it's weird, and I still have to this day. So
That's fucking nuts.
That's weird. Yeah. That's scary.
it is.
Did you guys like hear about those people who like sleepwalk and they'll like drive cars and shit?
Yeah, I
Like,
don't know if
that's
I'm
a
that
thing,
functional.
Like, I don't know. Like,
I don't
that's
know if
wild.
I would be ever
I
that
feel like they
functional.
don't do it well. You know what I mean? But like,
Well, no,
they,
because they always end up
like,
in an accident or
yeah,
something. It's like,
yeah,
oh,
they-
how'd I get here?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
I saw
that's
saw
fucking
one where
weird.
she drove like to the fire station and was like trying to pull into the fire station. They were like, whoa, like turn the car off. They thought she was drunk. She was dead asleep. She was
Oh
dead
my
asleep, and she
God.
woke up being like, I think I sleptwalk. Like I have no idea how
You
I got
think?
here. And she was, yeah. She's
That's
like, I don't know what's
wild.
going on. They like checked her out for medical like issues and like all that stuff, and she's like, no, I was just like asleep, and then all of a sudden I was here. Like, that's
Oh
so
my
crazy
God.
to me.
That is
that's
super
fucking
weird.
nuts.
I feel like sleeping and dreams are weird
Mhm.
Our brain is like
for sure. Yeah.
cuckoo.
All right, guys. I think we can end there. Moral of the story.
Why'd you say moral like that?
I don't know.
I don't think he said more.
Moral.
More
He
to
said
the
moral
story.
of the story. We said it with an accent.
Moral of the story.
Moral of the story.
I'm like fucking Colonel
Dumbledore.
Colonel
Hello?
Mustard or some shit.
In 1976, the Boston Boogeyman.
You sounded like my niece there. That was actually wild. Moral of the story: I've done a lot of drugs. Kelsey,
That's the moral?
no, I'm not
That's
done.
not the moral.
Kelsey is I don't know. Amanda stuffs her bras.
Please. Please.
And Kelsey has fucking Sweet
The
16
Boston
fucking
Boogeyman
yeah
in her room.
Boston boogeyman in her fucking room that it just creeps on her and one day is gonna fucking
Stop. Don't say that. No, we're not speaking that into existence. No, I'm dead serious. Stop.
okay.
Anyways, wait, guys. Next week, for those that need incentive to return to us next week, we're gonna do some of these interesting questions. It's called Bad Choices After Dark, and there's a lot of good ones in here.
Do you want to give them one preview? We'll do one quick.
Sure. Let me just pick one out. For $5,000, would you swim in a pool for 15 minutes with 100 used condoms floating in it?
Bro.
You guys answer
For
first.
$5,000,
No,
would
fuck
you
no.
swim in a pool for 15 minutes with 1,000 used condoms floating in it? I would need a hell of a lot more than
Yeah, I feel like
5,000.
5,000 is not enough. But like
That's not enough.
yeah,
But, like,
because there's
it's
like the risk of
$5,000.
like AIDS, no? Like all that.
Okay, so why don't we say, like, for the moral of this question, like, you
You can't
physically
contract
can't
anything.
contract anything, but there's still used condoms.
Not for 5,000.
No.
We're gonna have to
I
talk.
could no, I no,
gonna
yeah,
have to
I don't
talk.
think so.
We're gonna have to talk about that.
But yeah, these are the kind of questions we have in here. So make sure you tune in next week, guys.
Yes, and
It'll
don't
be
forget
fun
to
one.
subscribe, like, follow our pages. Instagram is truly_chaotic_podcast. TikTok and YouTube and Spotify and Apple is just Truly Chaotic Podcast. No underscores, no dashes, no nothing. Thank you for listening to episode 23. See you later.
Hey, guys.
Bye.